Greetings, Sunday School. Welcome to another Sunday School preview. Thank you for joining us today. Now, this week we have another interesting lesson coming from the minor prophets, and I hope that you have been enjoying the series on the minor prophets. The topic this week is God will make all things right. I'm sure I heard an amen because we sing it all the while. Lord, you can take what is wrong and make it right. To explore this lesson, we have three outlines. The first is that God judges arrogant betrayers. Now, in this outline, we see two nations, Edom and Israel. They come from two brothers, Esau and Jacob, who have a long history of challenge. Now, Edom sees the injustices being brought upon Israel by foreign powers such as Babylon. And instead of Edom coming in and seeking to help, they sit aside, stand aside, and look. They were filled with pride and arrogance, having a false sense of hope, really deceived by their own hearts. And the Lord is going to announce his judgment upon them simply because of their own actions, or we could say inaction. We don't want to be caught into the trap of pride and arrogance. We want to be humble people before the Lord, and when we see injustices around us, we want to step in and help those who are vulnerable and in need. So the Lord will make things right concerning those who look on his people and turn a blind eye. The second outline is that God judges human traffickers. We understand maybe from movies the idea of human trafficking, where people are taken into other areas and exploited for another person's gain. We see that happening as Joel speaks about it in this book, where the children of Israel were in exile and clearly taken captive, and they were exploited by the foreign powers that took them. But the Lord will make this right in that the Lord is going to judge these nations. Remember that our God is a God of justice. Our God is a God who sees these things and he is going to act. It is out of his love for his people why the Lord will act. Now the last outline is very comforting for us because it reminds us that God identifies with his people. Now, as we speak in these first two outlines about the challenges that Israel had, it connects with us because we experience challenges from enemies in our own lives and even other challenges, and sometimes we seem to forget that God identifies with us. But this outline comes from Zechariah, and Zechariah means the Lord remembers. So as we look at this lesson, we must be comforted that in spite of the challenges, the Lord remembers us and he will make all things right in our lives. We are the apple of God's eye. So we want to come out whenever we meet for Sunday school, whatever time, and look at this lesson in greater depth and see how the Lord made all things right for his people and pull some applications for our own lives and be comforted with this truth in the topic that he will make all things right. Let's just do our golden text and then I'll leave you to study your lesson. Zechariah 10 verse 6. They shall be as though I had not cast them off, for I am the Lord their God, and will hear them. And let's go and study.